Today we are working on chapter 7, problem 11. This is called array operations class. So basically we have to print different arrays and calculate the total, average, and the highest and the lowest value in those arrays. So let's create a class called ArrayOperations class. They said we have to create four methods. The first one is getTotal. The second one is getAverage. The third one is getHighest value, and last one is getLowest value. So we have to start with getTotal. They said the book says all methods has to be static. We'll say void getTotal, and they also said the methods has to accept either an int array, float array, double array, or a long array. Four different kinds of data types. So we will start int. We'll call array. So it will. This method will return the total. It will return the total of the array. So we'll say int total 0 for int I equal 0, I less than array.length, array incremented by 1, and we have to store each element, each number in the total variable. And then we will say the total is, and we will say total. So we have to do this 3 more times for this method. The methods are overloaded, meaning they have the same signature, the same name, but their arguments is different. So instead of taking int, you will say a float for this one, and you will say float. So we'll say, so it's the same thing for the total. Also, we want a double here. Here is double. And lastly, it is for this method, for this getTotal method, we have to return the long data type. So we finish for the getTotal. We returned we took an int array, float array, double array, and long array. So basically, we have to repeat for the getAverage method as well. We say public static void getAverage. It takes an int array, and you will say to get the average int total 0. I less than array, the length, I is incremented by 1, total plus equal to array of I. Then we have to say the average is I would say total divided by array dot length. So instead of doing the other data types, we will just continue for other methods. We'll say public static void getHighest, and we will say int array to get the highest value in the array. We will start. We will say create max. We will create a variable called max, and we will store the first element of the array. So we'll say int I0, I less than array.length. So we'll say if max is greater, say array of I is greater than max. If any element, any number in the array is greater than our max, then we will store that element in max. Then we will return the highest number is max, and we have to also do the last method, which is getLowest. Say public static void getLowest int say array. Again, we have to create a variable called min, and we will store the first element of the array for the min, and we have to go through each element in the array one by one and say if array of I is less than the min, then the min would be stored to the R of I, and we will say the min, or say the lowest number is, we will say min. So we did all the methods: getTotal, getAverage, getHighest, getLowest for the int type, and the other data types are similar, like double, float, and long. They are similar. You do exactly the same thing like this method. The only difference is that you change the name. Instead of int, we would write float or long or double, and you would change here the same way you change here, and you will get the same result. They want us to return or to display all data types for each method. But just to save time for you guys, I showed you the first one for getTotal, and it is the same for other methods as well. So we have to test. We have to test this program with different arrays. So say main. So we will create an int array. We'll call numArray. So we'll say 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And we have to check the total, the average, the highest and the lowest element for this array using the class. So all we have to do is array operation dot get total. We say num array for the total, array operation get average, say num array, and you say get highest, say num array, and lastly we say get lowest num array. So let's run the program and see. As you can see, the total is 135. The average is 22. The highest is 35, and the lowest number is 10. Yes, it is correct because it starts 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. How about if we change the numbers a little bit? Let's say instead of 25, we'll say negative 25. So this should be the lowest. And instead of saying 15, we'll say 150. So the new highest number would be 150. As you can see, the total changed, and the average also changed. The highest number is 150, and the lowest number is negative 25. So our program works just fine. So we did exactly what they want us to do. So that would be it for this programming challenge. It is just a practice to learn arrays and how they work. Different kind of arrays like int, double, float, and long. But if you know how to take an int array, you can figure out how to write double, float, or long. They are pretty similar. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.